silver frost is wearing thin. Coffee steam and quiet air. Winter's fading everywhere. Wooden chairs and window light. Snow dissolves without a fight. In between the cold and green, something waking barely seen. Softly now the seasons breathe, loosening what we used to keep. This is a quiet thought, nothing said and nothing raw, just a warmth beneath the white, turning darkness into light in this forest cafe glow. We let winter gently go. This is a quiet thought, healing every hidden scar. Tiny rivers by the stone, murmuring in undertone. Birdsong fragile, thin and clear, like a promise drawing near. Your hand resting by the cup, daylight slowly filling up. Every breath becomes a start, melting corners of the heart. Ooh, let us soften. Ooh, let it fall. Not goodbye, not hello, just the gentlest call. This is a quiet thought, like we've never felt before. Winter bows without a sound, spring is barely touching ground. In this calm and tender space, time begins to slow its pace. This is a quiet thought, we are safe in what we are. Snowflakes fading in the sun, winter story almost done. Wooden chairs beneath the sky, clouds are drifting slowly by. Tiny flowers start to rise, shy reflections in your eyes. Every breath is soft and new, like the sky in brighter blue.
Can you feel it in the air? Something tender everywhere.
This is our almost spring cafe, where the cold just slips away between goodbye and hello. Golden warmth begins to flow. We're not there, but we're so close, closer than we've ever known. In this almost spring cafe, love is quietly grown. Coffee rings on wood and grain, melting traces of the rain. Little birds upon the line, singing soft and out of time. Your hand resting next to mine, like the first green on a vine. Every second feels so light, like the the edge of longer night.
Every frozen doubt inside turns to rivers as they glide.
This is our almost spring cafe, where the cold just slips away between goodbye and hello. Golden warmth begins to flow. We're not there, but we're so close, closer than we've ever known. In this almost spring cafe, love is quietly grown. Love is quietly grown. Halfway into brighter days. Sunlight through the haze. This is our almost spring cafe, where the shadows drift away between winter and the bloom. Hope begins to fill the room. Now we know we're nearly there. Fresh beginnings in the air. In this almost spring cafe, hearts begin to dare.
Snow still resting on the ground,
But I hear a softer sound,
like the earth is turning round to a hopeful, gentle tune.
through the trees a brighter hue. Morning paints the world anew. Every frozen shade of blue fades beneath the afternoon. It's the moment in between, not too cold, not fully green.
Between snow and blossom air, something new is everywhere.
Hold the warmth we slowly share in this quiet woodland care. Every ending softly bends into where the spring begins.
Coffee cups and laughter lighted,
Silver melting into bright.
we are like the changing tide.
Between snow and blossom air, love is blooming everywhere. Between snow and blossom air, love is blooming everywhere. Morning frost still on the ground, silver breath without a sound. Wooden table, steaming cup, winter slowly giving up. Through the glass the sunlight grows, melting edges of the snow. Somewhere birds begin to sing, like they know it's almost spring. There's a whisper in the trees, something shifting with the breeze. We are between snow and sunlight, holding on to warmth inside in this quiet forest cafe. Hearts begin to open wide, not quite winter, not yet spring. Still we feel the change it brings. Between snow and sunlight, hope is waking up again. Footsteps on a softer trail, tiny buds beneath the veil. Shadows shorter than before, light spills gently on the floor. Every sip of coffee sweet matches every cautious beat. Something fragile, something new, growing softly out of blue. Every frozen dream we kept now begins to slowly stretch. We are between snow and sunlight, holding on to warmth inside in this quiet forest cafe. Hearts begin to open wide, not quite winter, not yet spring. Still we feel the change it brings. Between snow and sunlight, hope is waking up again. Ooh, it's a tender in between, not the past and not unseen. Let the seasons softly turn, feel the gentle burn. We are between snow and sunlight, turning frost to golden light in this calm and warming moment. Everything will be alright, not quite winter, not yet spring. Still our hearts begin to sing. Between snow and sunlight, love is breathing in again.
Between the last snow falling and the first scream calling, there's a silence in the trees, carried by a softer breeze. Shadows stretch along the floor, winter knocking at the door. But the sunlight lingers long, like the start of a new song. Between the last snow and tomorrow's bloom, we sit with quiet hearts in this wooden room. Nothing has to move too fast, Let the fading season pass between the last snow. We are home at last. Steam rises like a prayer, silver threads in gentle air. Every memory of cold slowly losing grip and hold. Footsteps light along the trail, pale blue sky beyond the veil. Almost spring but not quite yet, soft as warmth we just met. Between the last snow and the warming sun, nothing here is ending, we've only just begun. Not goodbye, just a bend, where the frozen rivers mend. Between the last snow, hearts begin again.
Snow is sliding down the leaves, tiny tears of winter dreams. Forest breathing softly green, between the branches in between. Can you feel it changing now? Spring is writing sacred vows. Dripping sunlight on my skin, let the brighter days begin. Through the glass of cafe doors, love is waiting evermore. Every drop that falls from turns the gray to golden light. Stay with me until it's clear. Spring is finally here. Old piano slightly worn plays a tune for something born. Shadows short and hearts reborn, like a quiet Sunday morn. From the silence something grows, from the melting something flows. We are closer than we know. Dripping sunlight everywhere. Dripping sunlight
Morning snow slides from the leaves, like memories learning to breathe. The forest smells of earth and rain, while winter loosens her chains. In the quiet we can hear tiny signs that spring is near. This forest cafe morning is calling us outside, where frozen days are falling like shadows in the light. With every melting tear, the world becomes sincere. Warm fresh on wooden chairs, hope hangs lightly in the air. Coffee, steam and gentle breeze move the tired winter trees. Let the silence turn to green. Let the in-between be seen. Spring is hiding in Bessie. Spring is hiding in between. Spring is hiding in
Windows fog and clear again. Outside snow becomes the rain. Footsteps down the wooden lane, soft like April on its way. Hear the rhythm of the thaw, nature riding gentle law. In this forest cafe serenade, winter slowly starts to fade. Every chord that we have played feels like promises we made. Melted snow and coffee foam turns this little place to home. Of foam so smooth and low, as the little rivers flow, your reflection starts to glow, warmer than the world we know. Stay until the night is through, silver moon and melting dew. Forest Cafe Serenade. Forest Cafe Serenade. Half of winter on the ground, half of spring is coming round. Footprints fading in the thaw, nature rewrites what it saw. It's a quiet in of winter, half of spring. Every broken branch can sing. We're standing on the fragile line between your hand and mine. Half of winter, half of spring. That's when hope begins to ring. Cherry hints inside the trees, carried by the softer breeze. Cold is losing one more fight against the pale gold light. When the frost begins to fall apart, so do the walls around my heart. Half of winter, half of spring. Every broken branch can sing. We're standing on the fragile line between your hand and Snow is fading on the forest road. Drops of silver falling slow. Steam rises from a coffee cup while winter whispers, don't give up. Through the branches, pale sunlight, drawing hope and fragile white, melt into spring, little by little. Let your frozen heart grow green. Hear the birds begin their song, like they've known it all along. We're waking up from everything as winter melts into spring. Footprints soften in the ground. Quiet warmth is gathering round. Wooden tables, window light, breathing in the softened sky. Every drop that disappears turns into tomorrow's tears of joy and light and blooming air. Spring is already there. Slowly, slowly, everything meld into spring.
I found you by the forest road, boots covered in melting snow. Your laugh was like the radio, playing something soft and slow. Winter's fading from your hair, sunlight dancing everywhere. Melt with me, stay a while underneath the forest sky. Feel the drip of yesterday turning into brighter days in this cafe by the trees. Time is slow and hearts are free. Hold my hand, don't let it be. Come and melt away with me. Cinnamon and roasted beans steam between our silent dreams. Golden light and scattered beams, nothing's colder than it seems. Snowflakes falling one last time, like a gentle soft goodbye. Melt with me, stay a while underneath the forest sky. Feel the drip of yesterday turning into brighter days. Every frozen memory flows into a harmony, like the rivers running free. Melt with me endlessly. Melt with me endlessly. The snow is falling from the branches, dripping diamonds on the ground. Morning sunlight paints the silence without making any sound. Steam is rising from our coffee cups, winter fading slow. Footsteps on the wooden pathway, following where we go. In the melting light between the trees, we're breathing in the quiet breeze. Every frozen memory turns to water running free in this little forest cafe. Time just slowly floats away. Silver drops on mossy stones, tiny rivers made of snow. Your reflection in the window, soft as April glow. In the melting light between the trees, we're breathing in the quiet breeze. Every frozen memory turns to water running free in this little forest cafe. Time just slowly floats away. Let the cold drift far behind us, let the daylight warm our skin. Spring is whispering so gently, I
between the trees. We're breathing in the quiet breeze. Every frozen memory turns to water running free.
Turning into sound, tiny rivers on the street, winter fading at our feet. Every drop is saying stay, but every ray is on its way. In this melting light cafe, we're watching winter drift away. Sip, the cold turns gray, and morning feels like May. Oh, in this melting light cafe. Steam above a porcelain sky,
above a porcelain sky.
clouds inside my coffee cup
Waves
rise.
inside me coffee cup rise.
Outside trees are softly bare, but spring is hiding somewhere in this melting light cafe. Gentle piano ending, gentle piano ending.
Snowlight glows on quiet ground, soft goodbye without a sound. Bare branches reach for blue, like they're waiting to. Snowlight fades to green in places we've never seen. Underneath the white we grow, even when we don't yet know. Warm
Soft light through the pines, drawing silver lines on the melting ground. Without a sound, winter's hush remains, but it's losing chains, dripping from the leaves with quiet ease. Soft light through the pines tells me we'll be fine in this in-between, where nothing's forced or seen, just the warmth that grows under melting snow. Soft light through the pines, healing what we hide. On the wood, everything feels good, slow and unafraid, in gentle shade, far away from noise, simple tender joys, breathing in the change, strange but not so strange. Stay a little longer where the air is warmer, not yet spring, but we can feel everything. Soft light through the pines, winter's thin blue lines fade into the day, drifting far away in this forest air. Love is everywhere. Soft light through the pines, spring will take its time. Frozen branches overhead, silent words we never said, morning light through window glass, watching winter gently pass, empty trails now turning brown. Snow dissolves without a sound, something stirs beneath the ground. Life is waiting to be found underneath the quiet white, beating soft with hidden light. Hear the soft thaw melody whispering through you and me in this forest cafe morning, setting every heart free. Winter loosens its embrace, spring is riding in its place. Hear the soft thaw melody, breathing hope so tenderly.
leaving yesterday in snow. Warmth is settling in slow, like a secret we both know. Light is falling through the trees, dancing in the gentle breeze. Hear the soft thaw melody, whispering through you and me. In this forest cafe morning, setting every heart free. Winter loosens its embrace, spring is riding in its place. Hear the soft thaw melody, breathing hope so tenderly.
Footsteps sinking soft and slow through what's left of silver snow. Spring is hiding in the snow, waiting for the sun to show. In this forest cafe glow, even winter in the dark. Ooh.
The stillness before bloom, we don't have to move. Winter loosens every room, making space for you. And I agree, not quite gone, just a softer dawn. In the stillness before bloom, gently carry on.
The last snow on Pine Street slowly melts beneath our feet. Wooden benches, quiet town. Winter's crown is falling down. But in the silence I can see tiny buds on every tree. It's the last snow on Pine Street, and it feels so bittersweet. Not goodbye, not fully new, just a softer shade of blue in this forest cafe glow. We let the old season go. Cups are warm inside our hands, while the sunlight gently lands. Drips of silver from the years promise what the heart believes. Every ending starts to bend toward a place we call again. It's the last snow on Pine Street, and it feels so bittersweet. Not goodbye, not fully new, just a softer shade of blue in this forest cafe glow. We let the old season go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ice melts from the riverside, soft new colors start to rise. Wooden door, a bell that sings, tiny signs of coming spring. We're waiting for the first blossom, waiting by the forest way. Every drop of melting winter carries yesterday away. Coffee cups and gentle air, sunlight resting in your hair. We don't rush the changing sky, we just watch it passing by. First blossom will be there. Cups and fading froth, nothing here is lost. Winter rests its tired hand as the sunlight softly stands in this quiet little place. Time begins to slow its pace. Warm cups and fading frost, love without a cost. quiet road of faded white, sunlight dancing soft and bright, coffee steaming morning air, golden warmth is everywhere. Winter lingers in the shade, but the cold begins to fade. Every step along this way feels like spring is on display. Through the trees the light appears, melting months of silent fears. There's a warmth on the woodland road where the frozen river flows. In this little cafe corner, hearts begin to overflow. Half a memory of snow, half a dream we're yet to know. There's a warmth on the woodland road, and it feels like coming home. Gentle breeze and open skies reflected in your quiet eyes. Winter's breath is turning mild, every smile a little wild. Wooden brick and amber tone make this forest feel like home. Every sound of cup and spoon plays a soft awakening tune. Every laugh becomes a spark, lighting up the fading dark. There's a warmth on the woodland road where the frozen river flows. In this little cafe corner, hearts begin to overflow. Half a memory of snow, half a dream we're yet to know. There's a warmth on the woodland road, and it feels like coming home. Let the cold fall from your shoulders, let the sunlight pull you closer. There's a warmth on the woodland road where new beginnings quietly grow. Between winter and tomorrow, love begins to gently glow. Half a goodbye to the snow, half hello to what we'll know. There's a warmth on the woodland road, and we never walk alone. Morning frost on cafe glass, winter shadows slowly pass. Tiny rivers run along like the start of springtime song. Every branch begins to breathe, something new beneath the leaves. When the forest starts to wake, every frozen dream will break into colors soft and slow, warmer than the melting snow. In this quiet woodland space. Hope is finding its own pace.
Gentle green in shades of light, turning gray to something bright. Forest paths begin to shine, like your hand inside of mine. Feel the earth beneath our feet, soft awakening heartbeat. When the forest starts to wake, every frozen dream will break into colors soft and slow, warmer than the melting snow. In this quiet woodland space, hope is finding its own pace. Snow is shining in the sun, like it knows its time is done. Little rivers start to run, laughing like the season's young. Forest path of golden white, shimmering in gentle light. Coffee cups and quiet talks, spring is hiding in our walks. In this in-between embrace, warmth is finding us a place. When the snow begins to smile, stay in just a little while. In this cozy forest cafe, everything feels so worthwhile. Winter waves a soft goodbye, spring is painting in the sky. When the snow begins to smile, we begin again in style. Wooden doors in amber glow, hearts are warming nice and slow. Something blooming deep inside, like the turning of the tide. Bird song floating from the trees, carried by the softened breeze. Every step feels light and free, like who we're meant to be. Hold this gentle turning point, every hope we now anoint. When the snow begins to smile, when the snow begins to smile, we can stay here for a while. Between winter and tomorrow, hearts are beating all the while. Goodbye frost and silent night, hello warmth and longer light. When the snow begins to smile, love is blooming wild. Morning light through silver trees, footsteps on the melting streets. Coffee steam and gentle breeze, whispers say the winter leaves. I see the sunlight breaking through, tiny drops of
Every drop is shimmering like a quiet awakening in this little forest cafe. Cold and gray just fade away. Love is floating in between, where the snow turns into spring. Wooden chairs and window frames, raindrops softly write your name. Slow guitar and sugar cane, hearts are warming once again. Frozen days are slipping by underneath a brighter sky. Let the river softly run, chasing down the golden sun. All the dreams we kept inside bloom like flowers overnight, where the snow turns into spring. Everything feels new. Everything feels new again. Bare trees holding on to echoes of a colder yesterday, but the air is getting lighter as the frost gives way. Here's to where winter slowly leaves through the cracks in wooden beams, where the sun spills golden streams on melting forest streams. Glass windows filled with brightness, soft laughter fills the room, and outside the frozen pathway finds a bloom. We don't need a crowded skyline, just this quiet afternoon. We don't need a crowded skyline, just this quiet afternoon. Bare trees days, holding on to echoes of a colder yesterday. But the air is getting lighter as the frost gives way. Here's to where winter slowly leaves through the cracks in wooden beams, where the sun spills golden streams on melting forest dreams. Glass windows filled with brightness, soft laughter fills the room, and outside the frozen pathway finds a bloom. We don't need a crowded skyline, just this quiet